Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is 12:42 p.m. Sunday afternoon. Just got home, and yeah, there is quite a bit more activity than I possibly thought we might have. It's not completely unforeseen. I think the bottom line is, before we jump into it, this should be a pretty good sign in terms of our severe threat towards the evening and the overnight hours tonight, Sunday night. Models have really struggled with how to deal with these storms that are firing ahead of the front, well ahead of the front, and what might happen in terms of an earlier overnight, last night, developing MCS that was way up north of us. So one possibility was always that these storms might fire well ahead, and so they should be working over the atmosphere significantly this afternoon. Looks like what they're starting to do, and that's going to make it much, much harder for things to be severe later on this evening. So it's possible that we may be dealing with the brunt of our severe weather that we were looking at for today with this approaching front. We may be dealing with it right now or coming into the early afternoon hours here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we do have right now, and we will take a look at the latest data. But what we have right now, predominantly, I'm talking over here on the Kansas side. I want to back out first and show you on second thought the circled red here area. This area, if you can't quite see it, depending on the device that you're watching on. But that is a mesoscale discussion there. And I want to bring your attention to one detail that is pointing out, and that is what I just summarized. An increasing threat for severe wind gusts may develop into this afternoon, with potential for expanding cluster of southeast moving storms along the Kansas-Missouri border. Severe thunderstorm watch issuance is possible. This according to the Storm Prediction Center this afternoon. So not seeing it yet. What I am seeing right now within that MCD is this special weather statement. We have a new one that has just cropped out 2 minutes ago. It'll go for the next 30 minutes. So this is going to go through 1:15 p.m. It's cautioning us for this area here. I am just approaching Lewisburg right now, right? So it's just passed over Paola, but I do see, let's check velocity. Maybe not. Let's check velocity. Computers, here we go. I've been working pretty hard this morning, so maybe it's time for an off-screen restart. But I am seeing some strong wind gusts. Not what I was seeing just a few minutes ago, I think, coming into Paola, but wind gusts now between southeast of Paola, between Paola and New Lancaster, just about to hit Drexel Corner down here, where 69 turns over intersects 359th. So wind gusts off to the north and west of you, all in that area right now. Switch back over to reflectivity, and I see the strongest of the activity is just off to the west of Lewisburg right now. Here is New Lancaster Road, Spring Valley Road, West 263rd Street. So seeing strong thunderstorm activity now in this area. Winds starting to pick up as well. Thought I saw just a few minutes ago a few possible updrafts getting started there as well. So nothing to be worried about in terms of big time severe, but these will have some strong wind gusts possibly with them. And most notably, like we saw this morning, crossing over into Bates County, some very, very torrential downpours. So I bet that is what you're getting in Lewisburg right now, say between South 9th Street and Spring Valley Road. Here's 69 Highway coming through there just to the west of Lewisburg. So that is a special weather statement goes on over north of that, north and east up to Belton. Is going to pick up both Belton and Raymore, where we do have another strong thunderstorm moving over Raymore right now. Here's 58 Highway. So heads up to the south and the east. This is the direction that this is going to be going. But on this entire area, special weather statement for the next 28 minutes, cautioning for winds up to 50 miles per hour being possible this afternoon. So that's kind of kicking things off. Like I say, I think overall it's a good sign. It's not a good sign if you just don't need any more rain, because, man, we have seen heavy downpours today. I will check my messages off camera. I was seeing, I think you were telling me about 4 inches somewhere. I think that was over here on the Missouri side. I'll be checking that. But we have had significant rainfall already this morning, and these storms possibly to bring us some more of that. So storm motion right now is off to the south and the east. And I think our most concerning system in the area right now is again up here just now entering Lewisburg. Looks like it's just about to overtake 69 highway. So areas I think it heads up to along West 295th Street, just to the east of 69, and West 311th Street. So headed over towards the community of Lyle, just over across the Missouri state line. So heads up to you folks for strong wind gusts approaching up to 50 miles an hour. Radar not the best indicated. I'm not necessarily seeing that right now. I would say anywhere from 20 to 40, but in between the scans with a system like this, cannot be sure that we would not see those. And so heads up if you are in this area. So all the way down, this special weather statement picking up New Lancaster, Fontana, Lynn Valley, and down to Lacine Corner. So again, we have not had a watch issued yet, and there's not a severe thunderstorm warning yet. But it looks like storms are flirting with that threshold right above 50 miles per hour that we would see some different bulletins come out. So down to the south of that, I do see thunderstorms about to hit Mound City, heads up to Pleasanton. This is tracking off just to the north of you right now, but I think it will intercept Pleasanton here in just a few minutes. Working over toward the Missouri side, we just have scattered stuff everywhere. I do see a thunderstorm off to the west of 52 and more behind that. So out at Meridazine Wildlife Area, thunderstorm there looking to head towards Amoret, and probably out along 52, headed over here towards Butler. If it doesn't get you, it will slide off to the south and the east of Butler. So these thunderstorms this afternoon, yeah, I mean, they're going to pack a little bit of a punch. Not seeing anything. Let's go out to composite view and see if there's anything behind that, at least for the moment. Maybe, maybe not. Give that a second. Here we go. So yeah, so this looks like ahead of the front. This is a good cluster, but I don't see anything behind that. So we'll stick with that afternoon possibility of some dissipation before we look toward tonight's thunderstorms. So everything hanging south of Kansas City for my Kansas City people. Looks like you just had something of a thunderstorm. It's trying to fall apart on you. Moving through Kansas City. Looks like now south of Independence and just off to the east of Arrowhead Stadium right here. So again, going down towards Lee Summit, Unity Village, St. Luke's East, a thunderstorm now. Do you guys have strong wind gusts in that area? See if we can pull up some velocity data. You do have some strong winds now, just about to approach the James A. Reed Wildlife area there to the north and east of Greenwood. So thunderstorms all over to kick off our Sunday afternoon, that is for sure. Let's take a look at how things are progressing right now. Stay live with you for a second. If anybody has questions, I'm about to head over to model data. Like I say, just got home, thought it might be good to just jump on and let you know what is happening. So heads up before we do look at that, over here on the Kansas side, just about to state line. So we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to Cleveland, West Line, all the way over to Lake and Net, probably Freeman. Very significant thunderstorm is off to your west. Not severe warned at this moment, but we do have a weather statement in your neighborhood now for possible wind gusts up to 50 mile per hour and some heavy downpours for sure with this as well. So let's go ahead and see if I can grab model data for you here. I am still looking at models have struggled with this afternoon. Will they or won't they storms fire ahead of the front? So the answer to that is yes. Let's go ahead and look at this evening. So this is what I still see at about midnight. I think storms will bloom up north of Kansas City up there, and I look for them to be fairly slow moving because I'm up to 4 a.m. That's the time that I just stepped through there. So, I mean, these will be some slow moving storms up north of you to get things started. But look what happens as they hit about the I-70 line here around, well, maybe a little bit south of that, Warrensburg, Sedalia there, south of I-70 on the Missouri side. I do think that they will start to pull apart, but that will not be the end of things for the evening. All of this looking a little bit better with data while I was out this morning. I would imagine if we slipped over and looked at Cape, for example, yeah, so I'm not seeing anything like I was. Let me go backwards and forwards through Cape values. Should be dissipating strongly, steeply as this system comes through tonight. So I'm up to now, let me see, 8 a.m. Right there is 7 a.m. There's 8 a.m., 9, 10. So I do think we do have some of these stragglers left around, and they will put down some significant rainfall as well, looking into tomorrow morning. So getting the job done, these thunderstorms are this afternoon in terms of breaking down, using up the instability that may have developed. So that's the bottom line. We can put up with this afternoon, which has some wind gusts and the potential for some heavy downpours. And I mean, that really may be the bulk of it in terms of severe weather concerns. We'll keep an eye, of course, but this may be the strongest stuff that we see. So that is what we have going on right now. Let's take a look one more time. If you just jumped on over here on the Kansas side, I'm looking at a strong thunderstorm taking on just a little bit of a bow headed over here toward where am I seeing wind gusts pick up? Yeah, 69 highway at West 351st Street. This is what we call the Drexel Corner. There's West 359th Street. So heads up along West 359th Street over here towards Drexel for sure. North of that, for sure, West 151st Street. Here's Mission Bellevue Road. So there's some landmarks for you in the area. Getting ready to see some wind gusts. And yeah, that should be about it. These are strong wind gusts and heavy downpours going to wash over you. Going to take a little bit of time. These are not particular. These are moving faster, I think, than what we will see tonight. But you're going to have torrential downpours for sure. Have not been looking too much at hail in these, not seeing significant hail profile that I want to talk about. Possibly, if there is, it's going to be just off to the north and west of Lewisburg right now along Spring Valley Road, but I don't think so. Very, very small hail, if anything, in that neighborhood. So looks like it would be bringing up the back end of that thunderstorm system. So that is what we have right now around the region. I'm going to keep monitoring this. And does a watch come out? Geez, I mean, we've got to watch and see how this evolves. I mean, this is not particularly losing strength. Maybe just a little bit now as it moves across state line is what I'm watching for there. Hard to say. I'd say we're right on the threshold, but it hasn't come out yet, so that's a good sign. But on the Missouri side, heads up over here to the west of Archie. So Drexel is right here. Here is Archie. All of this looks to be headed just off to the south and the east towards your general direction. So I think down here at Adrian, Passaic, Butler, I think we'll see a couple rounds, but the heaviest is not quite knocking on your door just yet. But be advised that it will. So over here further, what's going on south of Sedalia? We do have a flash flood warning for the next 2 hours. Definitely talking about, I haven't even read this yet. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Between 1 to 3 inches of rain have fallen. Personally, I think I'm going to check my messages and see that it's possibly been a little bit more than that. But additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. That's what this bulletin is telling us. So that picking up Lincoln. Yeah, here's 65 highway. So that's going to get Lincoln, Cole Camp, Stover on over as far as Eldon, Missouri. Another one picks up clear over here into St. Elizabeth over towards Iberia. So massive coverage, that rain footprint. We will check that tomorrow. Be some interesting totals, that is for sure. Definitely not outside the precipitable water values have been high. So we knew that we could have anywhere from 2 to like 5 inches of rain, but I think we're going to see a lot of 3 and 4 across the region this afternoon for sure. So one more time, looks like Belton. I mean, you might get by just catching the northern edge of this, right? But I do see a strong thunderstorm right now over 49. Here is South Peculiar Drive, just to the north of Peculiar. So there's your thunderstorm activity as far as the Missouri side. But look what is gusting over towards the Lisle area right now. This Holmes Road D highway there that runs north of Drexel. So that is the neighborhood of impact next. And what is that impact? So special weather statement talking about possible 50-mile-per-hour winds. So that's what we have in the region right now. I'm expecting this to all crash through in the next hour or so, and then I do still think that we will see some clearing for the afternoon. hopefully we don't build too much instability because this should have worked over things pretty good, like I was saying. So that should lessen what we see later on this evening. So feel free to watch the page and the channel. I will post if there is a watch issued anytime. If it's going to happen, it probably happens within the next 30, 45 minutes or so. But so far, no such thing. So that is the situation for your Sunday afternoon. I am going to grab some lunch. I will keep monitoring this, of course, let you know anything that develops, and I appreciate you joining me. I will talk to you later. See ya.